So I'm with Vets2PM, and we're an organization that has a couple of different functions that all feed into one thing, which is helping military service members and veterans achieve meaningful, lucrative post-service careers. And so part of our organization does certification training to help them validate their professional experience in language that the civilian sector, corporate America, can understand. I run the career and talent services side of the business, and what that means is we provide career services to the people who take our certification training programs, resume, interview skills, LinkedIn optimization, things of that nature, to help, again, prepare them all the way around for their job search. In doing so, I have a long background in executive search and recruiting. So I was looking at the quality of candidates that are coming through our training program and was blown away by these amazing individuals and what they bring to corporate America. So we created our talent services side of the house to help corporate America meet them. So we were preparing the candidates in every way, but we wanted to find ways that corporate America could meet them. So we created a job board where we could post companies' job openings to really hit the veteran market and things like subscription services to our candidate database, things of that nature. All right, so one of them was an Air Force officer who was transitioning out. She was taking our certification training. She got her PMP certification. And when it came time for us to work on her resume, I asked her, how was it going, and, started getting some background on her and what she wanted to do. And she was telling me about this basically clerical level, entry level job that she was going to enter into because all of her officer friends said, you're going to have to start at the rock bottom in corporate America. And I told her, no way. You've got 24 plus years in the military of multiple degrees. There's no reason that you need to start in nothing wrong with clerical positions, but she was well, above that as far as experience and whatnot, education and everything. So we worked on her resume to represent her as a project or a program manager, and very valuable to corporate America. And Booz Allen Hamilton ended up creating a six-figure job for her because they didn't want to lose her. They created a job so they could hire her because they didn't want to pass her by. So that's a huge success story. Then we had a gentleman who went through our program, and he was targeting working for Boeing in the Pacific Northwest. And he wanted to go into operations, and he had a great background for it. So we structured his resume to really address that specific company and that specific work. And, I went on about my day, week, month, year. Several months later, when he got out, I got a phone call, and he was pretty much in tears. And it was 2 weeks before his start date. He was getting ready to move to Washington State, and he had gotten that job that he was looking for. And so these are the types of things that motivate us to continue doing what we do, because we don't want these people to enter into underemployment opportunities that they're going to flail and change jobs a million times. So we have a similar mission, to do the same thing, which is to ensure that these people don't become underemployed and a statistic. Working with Seven Eagle has been fantastic because of our shared mission, and we approach our work from just a different standpoint. And so we have different customers, we have different pathways that the candidates that we work with are on, some similar, some different. So we complement each other. And, so just by working together and collaborating and coming up with new ideas and new ways that we can help the shared mission exponentially increases our ability to make an impact on all of these people's lives and the companies who hire them, because you very rarely ever get a negative comment from a company that hired a veteran. And it's not because they show up on time and they're respectful. It's because the experiential diversity that they bring to a company. They might look like me and you, but they have experiences that are so different, and they've had to motivate people under very different circumstances and answer to and provide information to very high-ranking officials. So it's kind of like in corporate America having to answer to the CEO every day. So this shared mission has, without a doubt, cast a wider net on the mission that we're collectively working on.
20 years in the Air Force, joined because of 9/11. So, 2002 was when I enlisted, retired. In 2022, came into the Air Force as an aircraft weapons armament systems technician. So, plain and simple, I loaded bombs and missiles on the fighter jets. So that's basically all I did for my 20-year career. Vets2PM was something that really, it's in the name, Vets2PM, project management. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. So that really appealed to me. They helped me with so many different things and just aligning things and making sure that the path that I was on, as far as project management wise and the career that I wanted to get into, was essentially the same path that would make other people successful. So, project management training that they offered, the weekly stand-ups that we had with just training sessions and what's going on during the middle of the internship. And then, them aligning, a couple of their host companies to kind of, hey, look, take a look at this candidate. He's got all these credentials and, prepping for interview, like interview prep and things like that. So they were hands down one of the best companies that I've ever done. So I landed a job as a senior project manager at Huntington Ingalls Industries. So I work for the division called Mission Technologies, and the project that I'm in charge of right now is roughly about a $220 million Air Force project. So it's a matter of me managing my team. So I have 2 deputies underneath me. And then we also have roughly, the consistent of my team is roughly about 36 people as of right now, but we're growing. So it's nice to know that there are companies like 7 Eagle Group and Vets2PM that are out there reaching out to veterans and transitioning military members who can offer assistance. Transitioning from military into civilian is rough. It is rough. It is not an easy task. I read something the other day where it says if you're transitioning and you're not stressed, that means you're not doing it right. So the good thing about companies like 7 Eagle Group and Vets2PM is they are a good sounding board, but they also make sure that you are going down the path that you would like to go, to make sure that you are aligning with the career path and making sure that the career path is right for you.